Hey everyone, it's Marie from Astrology, etc. Here to bring you some thoughts on the new moon happening June 13th at 22 degrees of Gemini. Being astrology aware as we are, we already know that a new moon represents the end of one cycle and the beginning of another brand new 28-day cycle. It's that point in every month when the masculine sun and the feminine moon come together to create this new baby of a new moon cycle. It's a time where we usually get to reset our goals and intentions. And this new moon, heads up guys, if you want to start a new project, this will be particularly good for all Mercury ruled projects. Anything to do with the internet, working on new websites, online businesses, media projects, writing, blogging, broadcasting, music making, film producing, anything at all to do with communications or cerebral activities. The most critical period for seeding your new ideas and projects are in the first 2 weeks after this new moon. That's in the waxing phase of this cycle where the moon is growing. This lasts from June 13th to the June 28th full moon. Significantly though, we do have Mars going retrograde afterwards at the end of June. So once you've started your project, you might find that things may not fly as quickly as you'd like. But you know what? Hey, life is a marathon and not a quick sprint. So don't be encouraged if there are delays getting things off the ground. Just start them, get them started, get it moving, get it birthed. It just means that you're going to get extra time in creating and refining a perfect project plan before you start seeing the results. No big deal, but just get it started. Let's go through some of the new moon details. Firstly, there are no big deal detrimental aspects here. Hooray! This is a positive new moon. We love it. Ceres, the dwarf planet, is sextiling the moon. Now that's really positive. She's very protective. In Roman myth, Ceres was the mother of Proserpine or Persephone, depending if you're reading the Greek version of the story or the Roman. She was a mother who fought her brother, Jupiter, or again Zeus if you're reading the other version. She fought him tooth and nail, trying to get her daughter back after she was abducted by Pluto Hades, the lord of the underworld. And Ceres was the goddess that was in charge of the harvest, and her grief was so deep and devastating because of the loss of her daughter that she just abandoned her work and the crops failed on Earth. And really that was the leverage of why her brother negotiated with Pluto a resolution for her to get her daughter back to her for some of the time. It's a very interesting story. Go Google it. It's very good and helps you understand the meaning behind these planets and these astral bodies. So she was the mother who refused to give up on her daughter. And then at this new moon, we also have the strong theme of the feminine moon that also represents mother. And the birthing connection of the new moon itself, together with Uranus, who is in Taurus. And Taurus is a sign that closely represents Mother Earth. So it's a very protective, having her there is a protective thing. It's a very positive aspect. Uranus, who I just mentioned, is in Taurus. He's also in sextile to Mercury, who's a ruler of this new moon in Gemini. So it's almost like all these Mother Earth themes are suggestive of the fact that Mother Earth might have a message for us. And she's sending that message through Uranus, the higher mind, to Mercury, the lower mind, and the messenger, who is very close to this new moon himself. He's conjunct, although he's technically in a different sign. And I'm using the word he, forgive me. Mercury is one of those planets that really doesn't have a sex. We shouldn't really call him he or she, forgive me. Talking of Uranus in sextile to Mercury, it's really auspicious to have both these planets together. The planets that represent the mind, creative genius, individuation, inspiration, innovation, in harmonious flow at this new moon. they're in sextile. If you are trying to create any new projects ruled by Mercury, this is a gift. Use it well. Mercury is being opposed by Saturn, which is just saying whatever you do, realise if you're in it for the long term, you have to do it properly. I'm not going to allow you to cut corners, but that's fine. You know, we can deal with that. Both Ceres and Mercury aspect Neptune, and Neptune is the spiritual divine heart. If nothing else, this says to me, align your minds and hearts and make every intention heart-centered and you will succeed. Brilliant. With the combined Gemini energy and the fact that this new moon falls in amongst the busiest scattering of fixed stars in the skies, this new moon will be a dizzyingly busy time. So much so that you might feel that you are being pulled in every direction from people or things needing your attention all at the same time. You may be in danger of mental overload. So when I feel like this, I just scribble things down all the time. I scribble them down, rearrange them into priority, and then I feel like I can let go of them because I can't lose them. I can't forget them. I've captured them in writing, and I can take a deep breath and relax. What else? This new moon isn't strong in dignity, actually, in Gemini. So there is a feeling of perhaps having to sift and sort through the information to find what's relevant and what's right. You may have to sort of sort through lots of communications to find the information that you need, lots of words from different people to get to the truth of the matter. So in amongst all of this very changeable, airy energy, there's a need to intuit what is right. Try to look deeper into, who's telling you the truth and which information you can take to the bank, as they say. They often talk about Gemini as being sort of, with there being a dual symbol there, two people, being two-faced, which I think misrepresents Gemini. Things move really quickly, so they could be looking at something one day and they can change their mind the next because they're taking in so much information. They're moving on so quickly that, you learn, you grow, and you move on. So what is their opinion one day may well be completely different when you meet them a week later. We have Mars on the South Node squaring Saturn at this full moon, and this gives me the feeling that, he might be taking notes of past transgressions, ways we've misused our will, or anger in the past, that perhaps Saturn, the Lord of Karma, is going to make him and us revisit when he is in retrograde in the next few weeks. And talking of Mars retrograde, I've prepared an extensive free presentation for you containing 42 slides of information that I'll be uploading this week. So please subscribe or come back so you can watch that. It's completely free of charge, my gift to you. In summary, this new moon is a time of birthing new ideas, new genius. Imagination is going to be really active at this time. It's also nurtured by two mothering archetypes involved in this new moon. It says to me more than any other new moon this year, pluck that idea from your mind, bring it down, work on it, plant it into the earth, seed it, manifest it. Really special. The Jupiter and Neptune trine is still in effect, which is a deeply creative, highly expansive and loving energy, which will work really well with any healing or self-help modalities you may be taking part in. The effects of this June 13th new moon will last 4 weeks up until the July 12th solar eclipse. Make good use of it and make your dreams a reality. Thank you so much for joining me. Please share your ideas or intentions for this new moon, if you can, of course, or let me know if you notice anything distinctive around the time of the new moon, things that we can all learn from. Thank you for subscribing, liking and sharing. Much, much love from me. Until next time. Bye-bye.